Filling a room is doable with an audience of 100 people, but much more challenging when there are 5,000 people in an auditorium. Today, we look at how to own the huge room. Welcome back to Year 4 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author. Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be out shortly. We're bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center here in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are looking at giving you a big edge in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is what caught my attention lately. Japan's disease control center has been hit by cyber attacks during COVID. This is a key disease control center in Japan in the fight against the COVID virus, and they've experienced a huge surge in cyber attacks in 2020, with the figure quadrupling to around 5.3 million from around 1.2 million. Many of the attacks originated from Russia and China. The monthly average in 2019 of 100,000 leapt to 440,000 in 2020. Most of the attacks were phishing emails. Lately, an increasing number have been the Emotet malware, which steals the content of past emails and attempts to dupe email readers into thinking they've received replies from people and organizations they know. This is episode number 186. Huge auditorium presentations are complex. So let's get going. The chances of this happening and happening regularly are remote for most of us. The happening regularly part is the key, because when you are dealing at this scale, you need to get practice to really master the big stage. Nevertheless, in case you find yourself in front of a very large audience, here are a few hints on how to adjust to the increased size of the event. Get there early and go and sit in some of the most far-flung locations. It might be the very last row at the back or the rear seats on the elevated third tier of the venue. What you'll notice is that anyone on stage is quite small at that distance. You realize you will seem like a little peanut to audience members seated at the far extremes. And so you need to big up your presentation to suit the tyranny of distance. The stage area is usually quite long and wide in big venues, but you need to be investigating the front of the stage. Often there is an orchestra pit or a defined space between the front row seats and the stage and yourself. You'll be standing very close to the apron of the stage so that you can be more easily seen by your audience. The thing is to try not to fall off the stage when you are presenting. That is why you need to check it out beforehand so that you know how far is far enough forward. You may laugh, but once you're into it and your eyes are searching for faces up on the third tier at the back, you're not looking down where you are walking anymore. Often, these stages are curved and are not in a straight line. So it is easy to forget that, and down you go. Definitely go for the pin mic so that you can have your hands left free for big gestures. These gestures will have to become much larger than anything you have been used to before. Remember, you are a peanut waving your hands around to those in the cheap seats at the back. This means go for double-handed gestures as much as possible to fill up more of the stage with your presence. Normally, when we hold our hands out, palm up towards an audience, it's a sign that says, you can trust what I am saying. The arms will be within the bounds of the sides of our body. On the big stage, those hands will be almost drawing a straight line across your body, so your hands are super widely spread. If you're raising your hand to indicate something high, like a number, usually it'll be slightly above, maybe slightly above head height. Not this time. You need to raise your hand as high as possible above your head to have any impact. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment. Be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience, everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. Don't overdo it, but get your audience involved by asking them to raise their hands if they have had this or that experience. Pick something which is fairly common so as many hands will go up as possible. This is using crowd dynamics and crowd psychology. When a huge number of people do that same thing at the same time, it infects the entire audience with that energy and agreement. You will also get a huge energy boost as their energy connects with you on stage. That is a serious high. Trust me, when any audience at that scale leans into you, it is electric. What an incredible feeling. It's like a drug, and you want more of it. I don't know how rock stars calm down after having hours of that monster energy directed at them. The other thing is having your ki or chi marshaled for the task. Ki or chi is the intrinsic energy we possess, and it is most famously seen in martial arts like Aikido and Tai Chi. When you're on stage, you have to try and push your energy, your ki, to the very back wall of the hall. You have to mentally project your energy that distance. Your voice helps with this task. You have to be directing your voice all the way to the last rows of seats. I don't mean yelling, because you're set up with a microphone. And if you start yelling, you will only distort the sound. What it means is to push your voice strength to the back walls. Your eyes also come into play here. You need to be breaking the audience up into baseball diamond, left, center, right field, inner field, outfield. These 6 sectors have to be worked hard by your eye contact to be picking out individuals and looking straight at their faces. Now, if your eyesight isn't up to the task, don't worry. Only you will know that the person you're directing your gaze to is a blurry outline in the crowd. The act of looking straight into the eyes of the audience members means that at a certain distance, the 20 people seated around that person all believe it is them that you are looking at. In this way, you can engage with many more people, no matter how far away they are seated. Normally, I'm not keen on having speakers wandering around the stage when presenting. Yeah, you've seen this, I'm sure. The speaker is nervous and they are going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down the whole time they are giving their talk, totally detracting and distracting from their key message. I want you to use the left, centre and right of the stage. However, walk slowly to the extreme edges. Stop, settle and talk to the audience on that side. Walk back to the centre and talk to those located in the centre seating. Then walk slowly to the right and do the same for the right side of the venue. Keep repeating this walk and stop, settle process throughout your talk. For those in the front row, definitely don't forget to look at them because you are so close and you have the greatest impact with that group because they feel your presence most immediately. Don't fall off the stage unless you want to make it a really spectacularly memorable speech. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. It's awesome value, so please check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Touches You Know Share Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcasto show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews, wherever you get your podcast. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and every Saturday, Japan's top business interviews on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and please join us in that endeavour. In episode number 187, we are talking about don't snatch defeat from victory in sales. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up